Hello and welcome to our science test city in Farthest Frontier. This city is pretty simple. It just has a few blocks of houses. It has a couple of fields, a couple of barns, a couple of industry buildings, just to keep the resources up that we need to perform some scientific experiments to test the game mechanics here in Farthest Frontier. Most importantly right now, for our first ever test, we have these racetracks set up. One track, you can see they're all fenced in. One track with no roads on it at all. One with a dirt road, one with a cobblestone road, one with small plazas, and one with small plazas upgraded to tier 2 all the way down for 50 units. 50 is important because it'll help us calculate some percentages. And our test today is seeing how much of a difference different roads affect speed, and get a percentage if we can. So let's go ahead and choose some of our volunteers. We're going to choose them kind of at random here. And we'll try and grab at least 10. That should be about 10. And then I'm going to bring them all the way down to the end of the track and get them sorted out. All right, so that's way more than 10. But what we're going to do is try and assign dissimilar workers and runners for each lane, just that we can kind of reduce any outside variables. All right, so now we have our volunteers down at the end for the race. Let's go ahead and get them lined up. I'm going to try and line them up exactly. This is also why we have fences here as a natural sort of marker. We're going to line them up exactly with that post that is about right here on the starting square. Let's go ahead and go in and line them shoulder to shoulder. All right, now this should snap in. They all look pretty much perfectly lined up with that fence post. I can't help them not facing the right way. But we'll go through real quick and just show you the differences between each person on each lane. Now, the reason we have two running on each lane is to say, oh, well, this guy was 49 on this lane and this one was 60 years old. So obviously there's a difference. There's not. So we're trying to get a 21-year-old with all different abilities and 49-year-old with all different abilities and equipment and everything on the same lane. So you can see that does not make any difference. And that is not a variable that affects speed. That's why we have two people on every single lane. These are our controls. So let me go through real quick, as fast as I can, and show you the differences between every single racer on every single lane. And that should prevent any comments like, well, you didn't take into account that Warren had less wind resistance because he had a steel helmet on. So try and be smart with the comments. And I am looking forward to comments on how we could do this differently, better, more accurately. But let's go ahead and go through our runners right now. We have Fenella Labor 21, shoes, clothing, and hide coat. Good. We have Walrum Sawyer 49. Shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. We have Isavena, firewood splitter, 38. Shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. We have Volcrum, laborer, 60. Shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. It looks like all of their equipment is pretty much exactly the same here. Veteran, 21. He's a laborer. He has shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. We have Eritrea, 51. Foundryman, shoes, linen clothes, and hide coat. We have Jesra, laborer, 21, shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. We have Caralt Sawyer, 26, with shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. Just to double check, in the last lane, we have Yuli Sawyer, 74, shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. And we have Dristane, basket maker, 72, shoes, linen clothes, hide coat. If you want to replay that, you could check all the stats on their diet, what they're carrying, what their food is. All this stuff is all open. So we know that they at least have a good mix of different things in each lane. I'm sure at the end of it, you'll see that it doesn't really make any difference. The only thing that we're going to be testing here is the road type they're running on. Everything else with regards to the individual person running really doesn't make a difference. So without further ado, this is the last to do. I'm going to go ahead and set each individual person's racing finish point to the end in much the same way we lined them up at the start. And then we'll hit go. We'll start our engines and we'll just go. So let me take just another moment and I will line them all up where their finished destination is.
Thank you.
All right, and there we have it. You can see all of our different villagers in each single lane. They're all lined up pretty much exactly at the starting line. I've clicked them all in the exact same row on a post at the finish line. You can see that we have different genders, we have different professions, we have different ages, we have different people with different baskets, whatever they're holding. And it shouldn't make too much of a difference, as you'll see right here with the variability in each villager. The main thing that determines speed, if not the only thing that determines speed, and that's why we're testing this right now, should be the roads they're walking on. So without any more ado, let's go ahead and unpause, and we will see how they do. On your marks, get set, and go. And they're off. They are off. Already out of the gate, you can see that the lanes 1, 4, and 5 are pretty much neck and neck right here, whereas lane 2 is a little bit ahead of those 3, and lane 3 with the cobblestone roads is even further ahead right now. Let's go ahead and see them as they run. It also looks like almost every single pair is step for step in the exact same pace. Let's keep going. They're almost halfway there. We got all the way to the end to go. Let's go ahead. Get your bets should be in by now, but hold on to your lucky betting stub because we're going to see exactly how much of a difference these roads make. And there we go. There we go. Almost to the end. As soon as they get to the end, I'm going to go ahead and pause and we will count the amount of tiles in between each one to get a percentage. And they are right there at the end where I clicked. It looks like cobblestone is in first place. Second place is the dirt roads. And third place seems to be not only no roads at all, but if we look right here, they're all pretty much exactly lined up between small plazas and tier 2 small plazas. No roads. All of those in their last place position. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see as we're paused here how much of a difference these roads actually make. We're going to go ahead and see what the difference is between our finished racers right here with the 0 road crew that is all tied up at the ends. Right there, straight across. So from our first place finishers, that's the last square, so we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 9 squares back. Right here on a 50 tile racetrack, that is 18%. 18% difference between this no roads and having a cobblestone road. Now, if we go from the 0 roads and go up to our second place finisher, if this is where we're starting at our 0 for no roads at all, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like they're about 5, if not 5.5. We'll round it to an even 5. So 5 tiles on a 50 length racetrack would mean that is a 10%. 10% movement bonus for a dirt road, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18% they're about for the cobblestone. So let me know what you think about the study, about the race, about what we could improve, what we could change, what you want to test in the future. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to check out more science experiments, don't forget to check out the Twitch channel, link in the description. And yeah, look out for more YouTube videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.